Hello, I'll be talking about simplifying scalable business model. My name is Nonyelim Okolie. What are the 5 factors of scalability of any business model? Clarity of market focus is very important, as well as how possible is it to repeat the solution? And then what are your marketing focus, as well as what are your sales processes? A very critical aspect to ensure that customers come back to you is how you're able to effectively manage your customer relationship process. I'll dive straight into business models that I've been able to scale and I've been able to capture a lot of value. The first is Google. Google has an amazing business model. You could see the center, it has a Google platform. And then you can also find other different streams where it's able to capture value, such as the ads and search results page, being able to empower businesses, being able to empower its users, as well as ads on publisher sites. You could see its different value propositions in terms of leads, sales, and then enable people to be able to monetize the content, as well as the payments platform also. So in businesses, there are different strategies at which you're able to capture value and then create significant impact. The next is Microsoft. So Microsoft has both the hardware and the software. So there is the Microsoft Cloud as well as its devices and then gaming platforms. Then it also leverages its customer base, who happens to be small customers to enterprise customers, as well as developers. You could say that Amazon is a complex ecosystem. You could see about 43 different products within its ecosystem. And then you could also analyze the key sectors at which it has been able to focus on in terms of healthcare, finance, IoT devices, ads, esports. Everything boils down to the infrastructure that it's able to build, and every other businesses comes on top of it, which is the Amazon Web Services. I love the Amazon flywheel, where you're able to capture growth by lowering your cost structure, having lower prices, ensuring that your customers have very great experiences. Then there are a lot of traffic on your platform, as well as sellers being able to have capture value from the platform. Also looking at the MasterCard, a global payments company, where it liaises with 4 different stakeholders: the issuer, the account holder, the merchants, and the acquirer. The most important aspect, which is the payment system security. Also leveraging FlutterWave. FlutterWave is one of Africa's unicorns. You could see how simple the process is and then how it's able to capture value. There is a merchant and consumer. The merchant and consumer pays nothing to be able to access payments gateways. Amazon FlutterWave is able to provide a gateway, manage risk, and then the processing. It definitely has to partner with incumbents. It literally has to partner with banks and processors who help in the payments process. You could see the process FlutterWave uses vis-a-vis the traditional or the old way. Technology-based businesses has the potential to scale exponentially because their valuations are not necessarily based on physical assets or physical infrastructure, but being able to build a solid cloud infrastructure vis-a-vis traditional ways of doing businesses, where you have to invest heavily in physical infrastructure. And the beauty of tech businesses is the fact that it could be asset light, and then you're able to scale fast, leveraging technology. So another player in the fintech space is Paystack. So there's zero setup costs fees, which literally encourages people to sign up and create an account. It's seamlessly integrates and is designed for people. The user experience and user interface is very seamless for even those who are not technology savvy to be able to navigate. There is also effective next day payouts as well as reporting. In the education space, we have Byju's. Byju's has very engaging virtual sessions and lessons for children, which can scale, whereby with one single content, the marginal cost of acquiring a new customer is zero, and then you're able to get revenues based on one single product that you've created. And that is the beauty of technology business. Byju's provide personalized learning platform for students and then tracks the students' learning progress. So Geo is one of the conglomerates in US. So they have content strategy vis-a-vis their competitors. So their model is based on data monetization, subscriber loyalty play, and they mainly provide services for providers in emerging markets by probably reselling telco services such as ringback wallpapers, and then they've been able to diversify. So these are the different ways Geo is able to capture value. So they're also leveraging hardware and software. Hardware in terms of devices and OS operating system, leveraging blockchain and artificial intelligence, augmented reality and virtual reality, and then Internet of Things, as well as robotics. So they play in different sectors: education, healthcare, e-commerce, telco. But their goal is connecting people and things. Apple also has the double play strategy: the hardware and the software, trades products, the iPhone, the Mac, the smartwatches, and then there are also subscription-based models where you subscribe for some services on these hardware devices, and that's where they're able to capture a lot of significant value. Even to us, you being able to subscribe to have memory in your phone, a space, vis-a-vis buying a memory card. And the user experience of Apple is very, very great, seamless. And it's a lesson for entrepreneurs to be able to build platforms that are very seamless for users. So looking at those who are interested in the healthcare space, technology for healthcare, so it could be across any of these dynamics in terms of environmental data, being able to capture mobile health data, insurance claims data to literally ensure that the healthcare space thrives, and then people are able to make informed decisions based on data that are able to accumulate. So the beauty of multi-sided platforms is the fact that there might be a platform that is free for users, but they're able to capture value in some other ways. When you look at social platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, they create no content, but the users create content that keeps the platform thriving. So you also explore service platforms like Airbnb, Uber. They connect two people together, they're able to capture value, and then there's a revenue share. Because the beauty of technology is that you are not meant to do anything, right? Some other people do things on your platform, and then you make it easier for two people to connect and be able to create value for each other. So while you're building a product, you could decide on different strategies that you want to explore. Do you want to prioritize your products over your customers, or do you want to prioritize your customers over your products? Some businesses, depending on the industry that they play in, work based on different strategies. You could be a technology first, it could be a growth first, it could be a design first, it could be an operations first, it could be a competition first. But I personally love being customer first, then probably then also prioritize products. Then also you have to consider the design, because if people are not having a great experience with your platform, the likelihood of them returning will be very minimal. Okay, so according to Doshi, when you are building a product, there are different things to literally consider. The company strategy, the design of the organization or the design of the product. What is the product's vision? What is the strategy to go to market? What are the commercial sense behind the products? So there are critical instincts or senses that you need. Analytical sense while building a product sense, and then being able to execute. What are the different steps to innovation? So for different people, if you're an hardware software company, the processes might interchange, right? But the most important thing is to conduct a research. Based on the idea that you have, carry out a research, come up with an idea. You could design a framework, right? Try to validate whether the product is important, if customers will love it when you finish building. Talk to family and friends about the idea. Create a simple MVP, maybe detailing the product or how people will probably interact with the platform, and onboard vendors, because service-based platforms are platforms that you literally leverage partnerships to scale. Design a prototype. So if you have to build, then have to put together an engineering team, probably comprising of a UI UX designer, a front end or back end, a full stack developer. So for hardware-based companies, you can embed engineering in terms of PCB layouts, testing and debugging, as well as prototyping again, based on what you've been able to put together, let people be able to at least interact with it and give you feedback. Price point too is a very critical aspect. At what point will your customers pay and how much will they pay? So you have to be able to have the financials in place, as well as market entry. So what are your strategies to go to markets? So what are the feedback based on those who have been able to use or interact with the product? And then a product doesn't end when you finish building. A product starts when you finish building. So you then have to iterate based on the feedback that your customers are giving you real time. My name is Nonyelim. I'm a sociology graduate, and I'm currently running a master's in business administration, but at the University of Lagos. I served with ISEC, I served with Future Work Award. I also served with Lead Space Passion Incubator and Data Science Nigeria. I'm so passionate about startups, innovation, entrepreneurship, and how technology improves the society. So I'm super excited to have full-on conversations with you on how you can scale whatsoever idea that you have. You can always reach out to me on WhatsApp on this number. You could also send an email. I also have a product on where you can, I typically just call it time capsules. So this talks about how to calculate your what and monetize your time. It also talks about tech skills you can learn and prepare for the future, and then how to grow your career in tech and get promoted. There are also topics as regards business guides for startups, as well as how to write and publish a book, as well as global opportunities to explore. Thank you so much for the time. You can also get your copy at www.balm.ai//time capsules. I look forward to engaging with you, and I wish you the very best as you build your products.